Hey everybody, this is Aaron with TheRuggedStore.com. I have the FC55 semi-rugged Panasonic Toughbook and its xPaks. And this is the biggest selling feature for the FC55 Toughbook. It's why a lot of people are going to switch from the 54 to the 55 beyond just the better processor, more RAM, better unit, future-proof, etc. It's going to want the xPaks. And the xPaks are modules that can give you further functionality, ports, or other features, and most of them are user upgradable. A lot of them are just slide in, plug and plays. And that is huge in the Toughbook world because everyone knows the pain for the past 3 decades of getting a Toughbook, needing all the features, and it's missing one of the features, or there is a configuration that doesn't have all the features that you need, or you need to add it because you didn't expect needing 4G or something else down the road as far as modules that you needed to upgrade. Oh, I needed a serial port, and this one doesn't have it. I need to buy a whole new unit or send it into Panasonic for retrofit. It's just a pain in the neck, and this solves a lot of that angst. So in this video, I just kind of want to fast forward through a bunch of unboxings of these. Obviously, we just got them in the box with the 55, kind of show you some of the xPaks that are available to you, and pretty much start by showing them, and then we'll show in videos how to install the ones that you actually need to install. The ones, like I said, most of them are user upgradable as far as just being able to pop it in and go from there. But the ones that aren't just require a few different screws, and one of those is this one. I think this is probably one of my favorite user upgradable xPaks, is a dedicated graphics card. So the 55 has a bunch of bays that they're going to go into. You have the optional DVD drive, and so obviously you have some mutual exclusivity, but there's 3 different bays that can receive these xPaks and upgrades. The dedicated graphics card would be functioning in the media bay, the main big one over on the, I guess, user left of the 55. And so this would take the place of the DVD drive. If you had the optional DVD drive, you can only have one or the other. But that is really big as far as having a dedicated graphics card that you can add to the 55 at a post-sale date. So if you all of a sudden are encountering software that requires a little bit more processing oomph, you can put in a dedicated graphics card into your 55. And like I said, you can get that post-sale, so you don't have to have that from the factory. And that's a really big one. So that's the dedicated graphics card. And then there's a few I/O or optional interface xPaks. So this is going to give you different port functionality, and I'm not sure which one this is. This is the BCN552W. That doesn't tell me much, but it looks like it is. This is like Christmas. I haven't unboxed these yet. Okay, it looks like we have a serial VGA and RJ45 jack. So again, this is something that you can install yourself. You'll see that there's port strips and everything. And in a video, we'll show you how to install it. But they all come with instruction manual, has a QR code to show you how to install it and how to properly set it up. So I'm just going to set these to the side and keep on unboxing them with you. So Smartcard reader. So we all know that we need smart cards, or some customers that need smart cards for their basic functionality. And this is an optional feature that can be added to the unit. And this is the Insertable smart card. Make sure that my top-down camera can see it, but Insertable smart card right there. And I'll just kind of stop talking for a little bit, fast forward in between them, so you don't have to watch me unbox one after another. But it's a fingerprint reader, so you can have extra security. If you needed to turn your unit on or off or lock it with a fingerprint, this would do that. And this is a feature that's not often used or needed by customers, but the people that do need it really need it. Again, having that as an optional add-on later down the road, it's pretty cool to see that coming into the Toughbook world, because PC and personal computers, they've always been able to be upgraded. It's not something that you quite see in laptops. But, or especially not Toughbook laptops or rugged laptops. It's really kind of unheard of to see this kind of modularity. So as a Toughbook dealer and someone that works at it in the industry, it's really cool to see this function. This is the another smart card reader, but this would take the place in the media bay battery. So I discussed, media bay. So I discussed the mutual exclusivity. So there is pretty much 3 bays that you can put them in and mix and match. And so there's different functions, like the smart card reader there's one that would go into one of the side ports, or a bigger one that would go into the media bay. So pretty much if you still need a smart card, but you needed some of the other ones to operate or function inside of the side ports, you can kind of mix them around. And definitely talk to your Toughbook vendor about which ones you need, just because you don't want to get ones that are mutually exclusive and they both operate or exist in the same port. All right, so this is another optional interface xPak, and this one has the serial and the VGA port, but this also has a Fisher USB or rugged USB port. So you don't really see these except for military use, so they're kind of hard to come by. That was designed or featured on the 54, but because of the low demand, they're really hard to get, extremely long lead times. It's really cool to see the Fisher USB come into the xPak as a readily available and orderable piece, just because the people that do need that Fisher USB need it and they can't really go around it, just because obviously if you see that USB port, it's not what you typically assume a USB port should look like, and really has very small compatibility. And so if you have something that needs a Fisher USB, you need this port. And to see this as an optional feature, I have some war stories I could tell you about customers needing that Fisher USB for the 54 and everything going to heck in a handbasket to get it. To have it on the 55 is really nice, and to see that readily available. Okay, and last but not least, an optional battery. Plug and play, giving you double the battery life, upwards of 40 hours. One battery will get you anywhere between 10 and 20 hours, depending on functionality, typically on the higher end of that spectrum. 2 of them will get you double that. And so that's a really cool function, just to throw another battery in there, especially if you're gonna be away from power for a few days. You could have up to 40 hours of functioning live on time. That is all the xPaks we have, unboxed. We might have missed some, maybe they weren't sent to us in the demo, and if we did, we'd list them right here. But in our next video, I want to show Kyle and I kind of installing them and rolling through my 55 for the first time, letting you see how easy it is or how challenging it is. We'll kind of discover that together. But for that video, like, share, and subscribe so we get a notification to you that when we post it. But we really appreciate you taking the time to view this today. These are the xPaks for the FC55, and we look forward to showing them off to you in the next video. Bye-bye.